probably shouldn't even like be bothering to make a video, because what's the point in putting my energy into something that the team aren't even putting their energy into, and it's just so frustrating. If you come out of that game with any specific player in mind that you're trying to scapegoat, I just don't want to even bother with that, because none of that team had a perfect game. You know, everyone lost the ball. No one was fully 100%. And, you know, we've splashed money. As everyone would like to remind us, we splashed a ton of money, and there's no way that we, you know, should be 1/11th to expecting to go into a game like this losing it. And, you know, the fact that I'm coming away with a 2-0 isn't too bad, is embarrassing. I shouldn't be doing that. You know, we go down to 10 men, and that's, you know, people are going to blame Cucurella for not marking or whatever. Chilwell decided to make the challenge. The red card is on Chilwell because he didn't need to make that challenge. Defenders were getting back. You need to have trust in your goalkeeper. You know, for everyone saying, oh, but how are you going to trust Kepa? It could have been worse tonight, and Kepa made some saves, and I'm sick of people. I'm not the Kepa defender, because I know that he needs to move on. I know that his time is coming to an end and he does need to move, and we need a new goalkeeper. But the fact that this fan base, it's actually gonna get me riled up, and I feel like I have something against the fan base, especially the Twitter fan base. Because, oh my fucking god, this fan base is so revisionist. It's ridiculous. I'm a historian. I like my history. And revisionist history, I hate revisionist history because it actually pisses me off. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. But revisionist fans, it's so funny for the fan base to now go, Potter wouldn't have let this happen. You were the ones that spoke up. I'm included in that. We all spoke up. We all wanted Potter out. You can't have your cake and eat it. We did this to ourselves. Yeah, you're saying Potter wouldn't have let this happen. Well, maybe you should have kept your mouth shut. Maybe we should have kept our mouth shut for a couple more weeks. Because maybe we should have given Potter the rest of the season. But either way, we're in a shit position. Nothing was going to change unless you got a manager in straight away. And that should never have been what happened anyway. The fact that we are rocking up to the Bernabeu with Frank Lampard is a joke. It is a fucking joke. But we let it happen. We were the ones that spoke up. We weren't happy about it. We can't have our cake and eat it. We've caused this. The fan base need to let that sink in. We're the reason this has happened. We're the reason Frank Lampard's at the helm. Yeah? Deal with it. This is our fault. We spoke up. We were a little bit too loud, and the owners could not ignore it anymore. So, our fault this has happened. So, just let it go. Deal with it. The rest of the season's going to be shit. What were you expecting? But getting back to my original point, because the fact that this fan base will absolutely slaughter Kepa, it's a joke, because I remember at the start of the season, when Mendy was having disaster classes, we were all calling for Kepa to play. We were calling last season for Kepa to have starts in the finals where he should have started. When Mendy played instead, the revisionism of this fan base is hilarious. I don't care how much we've paid for people. We've overpaid for it. So many players in the past. You're telling me the £100 million striker that's on loan, you want him back? I mean, I would have taken him back today, because I think that, you know. But I'm actually sick and tired of seeing this scapegoating for certain players in this team. And it's just ridiculous. It's, you know, for a player like Kepa, who I genuinely think has been one of the only people with a form of mentality in this team. And yes, he's made mistakes in the past, and, you know, he may not be tall enough, but this season has been nothing like his past seasons. He has actually been a decent keeper for us. And the fact that you're trying to blame him for not parrying the ball out far enough when he made the save in the first place, and it's partly Koulibaly and partly Chilwell's fault for not marking Benzema in the first place, for Benzema to have a free tap in. What do you want Kepa to do? He knows he's not tall enough. He makes that first save from Vinny. It's not his fault Benzema's there. you can't, that's the defender's fault. That's the defender's problem. And the second one, he gets hand to it, yes, and he should have done better. But I mean, everyone's blocking his fucking sight. You're telling me you're actually going to blame that on Kepa? And the second one, I'll put more blame to than Kepa because it is a long shot. But he saved it from being worse. What do you want a keeper to do when the defence is shaky? He probably knows at some point he's going to concede because he has no confidence in this defence. He has no confidence in this midfield to retain the ball. This whole team, the trust, it needs to be interlinked. And the fact you're choosing to find a scapegoat is ridiculous to me. It's whatever. The fan base will continue to be the fan base. But you seem to be very revisionist in your memory. It's just a joke. This whole team is a joke. Just like the fan base is a joke, the team is following pursuit because holy fucking shit, you can't get up for a quarter-final game at the Bernabeu. You look sluggish. You cannot maintain the ball. We never look like a threat. It's a fucking joke. It's an absolute... What do you want me to say? Because this team has no mentality. That mentality coach we hired, where the fuck is he? Because genuinely, this team is a deep-rooted problem. It's a deep-rooted problem that not even having a club legend as your manager is going to fix. I don't know what's going on. But for some of these players, they need to move on. And they need to just start afresh. Because the fact that we, going down to 10 men was very unlucky for us. We had it 1-0. And going down to 10, ultimately, you knew that you were going to concede again. Because I'd be sitting here saying if it was still 1-0, yeah, there's a chance. We might fashion something at the bridge. Take it to extra time. Maybe take it to penalties if we're lucky, 2-0 without Ben Chilwell next week is a fucking hard task. The tie's done. It's going to be City, Real Madrid again in semis, and our season's done. Our season is done. Just count down the days before you can start selling people at this point. It's a joke. It's a joke. And now we need to focus on not getting relegated. Because I joke about it, but it is a very real possibility. And, it genuinely wouldn't surprise me if this team got up for the second leg of the bridge, somehow found 2 goals and no one took it to extra time. But they don't deserve it. This team don't deserve anything. I don't want a trophy to paper over the cracks. You think I'd be happy winning the Champions? I'd like winning the Champions League, but it would paper over everything this season. It would paper over everything. And no, that's not what we need. We need the harsh, cold reality, the fact that these players aren't good enough, and not everyone, but like 25% of the squad needs sold, and it's just a joke. This team, I've lived almost 21 long years on this earth. I've seen some Chelsea teams in my time, and have never seen a Chelsea team like this. And I mean that in the worst way possible. It's a joke what this team has turned into. This team 2 years ago was winning the Champions League. We've spent more money, gotten in better caliber players, and I just don't understand what's going on. I did wonder, is the chopping and changing of managers really impacting these players? But I feel like that's just giving them too much credit. Some of these players can't hit a barn door. The luck that we have is ridiculously bad, and we've got another injury. So, this we can only hope it gets better from here, as in next season, because all we have to focus on now is just not getting relegated and not getting embarrassed next week at the bridge. But not having a striker on our Champions League squad has turned out to be the biggest mistake we've ever made. It's a joke. And I get it, yes, Broja would be in the squad if he's fit. Broja would probably play if he's fit. But you knew Broja was going to be out for the whole season, and you still decided to unregister him. No, you still decided to unregister Aubameyang. And you registered a winger that you're not even playing. I'm pissed Mudryk didn't play. Even before, I'm pissed he didn't start, because I think in that first half we saw where Mudryk's pace would have been absolutely essential on the counter. Going down to 10 means he would never have been brought on. So your only chance to bring him on was when you made that initial double substitution after Koulibaly got injured, I think. No, that initial first substitution with Cucurella. That's when you should have brought Mudryk on. Around about that time, before Chile got sent off. Because it's kind of ridiculous that Mudryk went to the Bernabeu, started the season, rinsed Carvajal, and we just let him sit on the bench. If he's going to sit on the bench, we should never have deregistered Aubameyang. Never. How we've let that happen, it's a joke. It is a joke, because he never gets brought on. And, you know, if it's all about developing him and giving him time to bed in, you should never have registered him. Did you only register him because of his price tag? This whole striker thing, it's just... I can't even get, like, vexed about it because it happened so long ago, but had we just thought about it for a minute, a team that really cannot score goals, and we weren't scoring goals consistently at the start of the year, as in 2023, so when we would have deregistered Aubameyang, we weren't really scoring goals, but Aubameyang in the Champions League had been a kind of main output for us. I remember in the AC Milan games, he, you know, having that focal point up front that isn't Kai Havertz is essential for us, because it would allow, you know, your wingers, your wing backs to at least have some attention drawn away from them. And what went on for us to deregister Aubameyang? If we're forcing him out the club, I just don't have the words anymore. This team is getting me vexed and I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I just feel exhausted, and I'm putting my time, energy and feelings into this team when they can't even put their time, energy and feelings into this team, and they get paid for it. They get paid far too much money to pretend to put their time, feelings and energy into it. I probably had more passion sitting however many miles away in Dundee than they had playing at the Bernabeu tonight, and that's just an embarrassment to me. You know, it's just, it really is. Don't get embarrassed next week and just get through this season and don't get relegated. And you just pray next season it gets better. You get the right manager in, and I don't fucking know. I hope Todd Bowley watched that tonight and he's realised the mistake he's made in so many decisions. But the fans really need to stop being so revisionist. This fan base is one of the worst fan bases ever. And just remember, this is our fault. I'll include myself because I was very much Potter out at the point where he was sacked. We did this. So you cannot say you want Potter back or Potter wouldn't have let this happen, because he's not here because of us. And I think that's all I've got to say, because I think I've exhausted myself and I need some vodka. I need something to take the pain away after that, because it's genuinely embarrassing. So I'm gonna go get the press some more, and I guess I'll see you after the Brighton game at the weekend. Maybe, if I can be bothered. I don't fucking know. I want to cry. I'm just so emotionally done. But take care. Go support a better football club. That's my advice. Go support a better football club. Peace out.